There is some sort of notions that Africans hate African Americans. I don't know who came out with such findings, but I have come across a certain video which I want to react to. Let's watch this video. I will be back.
This video is about the inner prejudice within the black community. And I'm not just talking about black American, I'm talking about Caribbean blacks, and I'm talking about African blacks. And it seems to me a lot of Caribbean blacks and a lot of Africans from all parts of Africa, African blacks, I'm talking about Ethiopia, I'm talking about Senegal, I'm talking about Ghana. They really have a really bad hate for black American people. And now I'm watching something on YouTube where this Ethiopian female, beautiful female, and she was saying in the Ethiopian culture, they are not allowed to marry black American people, the men and the women. And somebody, went under our post, a guy from Ethiopia, he said, yeah, it's true. I'm Ethiopian, I'm an Ethiopian male, and, in our family, we are not allowed to marry a black American or Caribbean black female. They have to be Ethiopian. And I'm so glad that they have black people in a Latino culture that do love black people, from the male to the female. And that's the Afro-Latinos. That is the Afro-Latinos, and that's why I think I'm just going to start dating. I'm talking to one now, and I think I'm just going to stay dating Afro-Latinos because I love Caribbean blacks. They have a problem with American blacks. I love Africans. They have a problem with us. So it's like, the only way you can escape it is to be with somebody that's having problems in their race too. Because everybody knows that Afro-Latinos are having problem in the Latino culture too. They're called monkeys. So that's why I think a lot of Afro-Latinos and black Americans get along so well. Now I get it. Before, it didn't really set with me, it didn't dawn on me, but now I understand why the Afro-Latinos and the black Americans, get along so well. They even have a coalition. It's called the Afro-Latinos and Black American Connection. They have something where they get together, I think every month, and they do stuff together. They have centers together. I think they trying to put a school together for Afro-Latinos and black Americans where they can interact with each other. But now I understand why. And it's sad. This prejudice is so disgusting. And people should have learned from what our ancestors been through. The hate between black and white, and the killings and the lynchings, and the people getting jumped and all type of chaos. We still didn't learn nothing. Like our ancestors from both sides. The ancestors that was black, that it was into racism. The ancestors that was white, they used to hide blacks that was into. We still didn't learn nothing. Like, we constantly with racism, this prejudice in mind. And like a lot of these Caribbeans and the Africans, I don't get why they just have a bad, nasty taste for black America. I can't understand this. Man. But now I understand why a lot of the black content creators like Ace Live and Check and Effect and all these black content creators, now I understand, because they still love black women. This is why when they go to these Spanish countries, they always ask, where is the black section? Where's the black neighborhood? Where's the Afro-Latino neighborhood? Where are they? Like this, like you go on YouTube and you go to any type of section on these platforms, it just never ends. You got black Americans talking slick about Africans and Caribbean blacks. You got Caribbean blacks and Africans like Akon talking slick about black Americans, and Like our color's still the same. The blood is gonna always be the same. Like, I don't care who you are. If you get shot, stabbed, cut, sliced, that's gonna come out red. But now I understand. I mean, you know, I thought that some Africans, now that, you know, Ethiopian women are saying we like, but that was our family. It's always the family that has this prejudice, hate, and they should know better. They should know better because they're elderly and they've been through a lot of stuff. They should know better. They should know not to follow, but they just won't. They just won't. And it's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm talking to an Afro-Latino right now, and I'm going to keep talking to her because I was talking to an African female, but we kind of got into a little fight, and then that's when it all came out. That's why I really don't like black American men. I knew that was going to come out, and this is coming from an African female. You understand me, man? So I understand why a lot of people that do go out and date and want to try other ethnicity of people, or Spanish people. I know a lot of brothers go for the Afro-Latinos because they're having a hard time and having problems in their country.
It seems there are issues between Africans and African Americans which needs to be addressed. But listening to our brother, it seems he got involved with an African woman and things didn't really go down well. And the African decided to shade him that this behavior is why I don't like African Americans. And a brother has concluded with that statement to stereotype the whole continent. That is what I think it seems, because it keeps on coming up with African woman, Afro-Latino woman and all that stuff. So it seems his experience is involved with a woman, and what you should know that most of the times when you get involved with a woman and things don't go well, through conversation or through argument, anything can come out, and that one you cannot use that to stereotype a whole race or a whole continent. Those who have moved to Africa will have different opinion. They can say anything, but I don't think they can be bold to tell you that Africans hate African Americans. Many Africans love their brothers outside. Don't also be deceived when they tell you that, oh, when you're African American and you move to Africa, everybody wants to take advantage of you and everybody wants to take money. No, that's not how it works. Even if you are a Ghanaian and you move to a European country or America and you come back, if you are not careful, someone will take advantage of you. It's not just only African Americans. In our minds, if you travel from outside and come to the country, it means you have money. You have money more than the indigenous. So anybody will try to take advantage of you. That doesn't mean they hate you. No, that doesn't mean they think you have more than them and they have to find a way of getting money from you. That is the secret. So let me travel for a few years and come back, and people realizing I am from outside, they will try to take advantage of me. That is what happens. So if you are an African American that has moved to Africa or that has come to visit, and maybe you bought something and later you find out that the person has cheated you with the price, that doesn't mean he hates you. That means he took advantage of you, and that is what they do to anybody, not just African Americans. So most of the times when they travel here, they have to have somebody to guide them through this process for them to succeed. If you moved and you try to come and do things your own, you are going to face some few challenges which maybe it will trigger you for you to think you are being hate. But that's not hate. That is a bad experience which I can even face the same thing when I'm walking in the street of New York or in the street of New Jersey or in the street of California. That is something that can happen. So all these notions, majority has started throwing out like Africans hate African Americans and African. No, that is not. No African hate African Americans. Yes, there have been number of Africans who have moved to US and they later generate some sort of hate towards African Americans. But that one, it is your people that pollute them. It is the Westerners that pollute them to have that notions about African Americans. That is not something that is, normally teaches. They don't teach us here that we have to hate Africans in diaspora. They come and pick that behavior out there. Some people may disagree, but that is how I see things. That is how I normally understand how this thing is playing out. Because majority of African Americans here in Ghana are really enjoying their lives. They are enjoying the community systems we have put here. Here, everybody, if you need help, everybody wants to help, no matter where you come from, whether you are African American or whether you are a Ghanaian. If you need help, people are trying to help you. So we should not use few experiences to judge or stereotype a whole continent. Africa is a love continent, and we are not going to jeopardize that because of some sort of stereotype. As an African, I'm going to defend African because I have not experienced. I told you before I traveled to Kenya. I'm a Ghanaian, I traveled to Kenya. There was a whole lot of stereotypes about Kenya, but when I got there and I had first-hand experience of how Kenyans are, I was shocked of how people were lying that Kenyans are like this, Kenyans are like that. I experienced this myself. So what I'm trying to say is, if you think Africans hate African Americans, choose any country of your choice from Africa and visit, and you are going to have experience that you have not experienced in any country. And I'm talking of experience. I'm talking of positive experience and enjoyment experience and welcoming experience, hospitality experience. You are not going to forget. Please, if you want to join my Telegram platform, go to my description box, click on the Telegram link and follow me for us to talk about the well-being of Africa and Africans in diaspora. If today is also your first time coming to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload any great content, you will be notified. Thanks for watching.